everyone, it's Melissa. Welcome back to my channel. So, I am still fighting this cold, so I do apologize if I sound horrible. Yeah, I cannot kick this stuff. It has been horrible to kick. So, as you guys can tell, I have a different background. This is the bookshelf that's always tucked into the corner that nobody sees, but I talk about quite a bit. I kind of wanted to film here because I rearranged and I really like how it turned out. So I wanted to show you guys my shelf. But, yeah, it's kind of difficult to film here because I can't get the right angle because I have two couches like right there. So it's kind of hard to get the right angle for this video. But anyways, so today I am going to be doing a recommendations video. I thought this would be fun to do instead of a book tag, which I do book tags quite often, but I thought this would be fun to do. So I am going to be sharing with you guys some series that I have read and really enjoyed. Now, before I show you these books, I really need to explain a few things. One is I am still fairly new into the reading world. So compared to other booktubers who have been reading their whole life, I'm still fairly behind. So a lot of these book series that I have read may be older or ones you've already heard about, or ones that you might not have necessarily heard about but are still interested in them. I don't know. But also, if you're new to reading, these would be some good suggestions for you guys too. So maybe you're new like me into the reading world. As far as reading goes, I really got into reading like 6 or 7 years ago, so I'm still fairly new into this whole experience. I've really enjoyed it. I really got into like reading a lot more over the last couple of years, so I'm still fairly behind. So a lot of these books may be older, but I'm still going to recommend them because they're still really, really good. So, with all that being said, let's just dive into these books. So, the first book series I'm going to recommend is a book series that I have read a long time ago, but it is one of the book series that got me into reading, and if you watch my channel, you guys know what book series this is. But that would be The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I really enjoy the series. I give it a 5 stars overall. I love the world. It was so interesting and intriguing. It's got a lot of rebellion. It's got a little bit of romance in it. It's just got a little bit of everything. And if you're looking for a good dystopian, I would highly recommend this one if you guys haven't already. But this is what introduced me to my best friend and got me into reading. So, of course, I'm going to recommend these ones. But definitely, if you guys haven't checked these ones out, it's kind of like set in this world where there are like 24, 25 kids that have to fight to the death, which sounds pretty horrible, but it's actually, it's not, it is horrible, but it's really interesting and intriguing. And this is a dystopian novel, but I love Katniss, I love Peeta, I love Gale, I love all their characters. I love these books. They're just so good. Definitely, if you need a good dystopian, check these ones out. So the next one I'm going to share with you guys is another dystopian series, and that is the Divergent series. Although I give these ones a 4 stars overall, these are by Veronica Roth, if you guys don't know. But I give these ones a 4 stars overall. I really enjoyed this world. It was really intriguing, and everything about it kind of interests me. I love Four. I love his character. Although I really didn't like Tris through the second and the third book. She kind of got annoying, and I really did not like her character anymore. The first book, she was cool. Second book, Third book, not cool. Not cool. She got downright mean, and I did not like that. But I really enjoyed these books. Definitely, if you guys are looking for another good dystopian novels, I would highly recommend this series. I actually bought this series and read it in like 5 days because I just loved it so much. And that was when I had one child. Or maybe, no, I had no kids. I was pregnant with my first one. So that tells you how long ago I read these ones. But definitely recommend you checking these ones out if you need a good dystopian series. Highly recommend. I set those right there. So the next one I'm going to talk about is the Jewel series by Amy Ewing. I actually don't own the first two. I own the third one, which is the Black Key. The second book is the White Rose. I really enjoyed this series. It is set in this world where there are these surrogates who have the royal people's babies, because can't remember if there's something with the royals that they can't have kids themselves. I don't remember, but the surrogates have the kids for them, and surrogates, after they have the royals babies, they end up dying. Well, it follows one of the surrogates who finds out all this stuff, and so she ends up fleeing before she gets pregnant, and she discovers that her powers that she has that helps have the royals babies actually help her control like the earth, the water, wind, and fire, I believe. So I really enjoyed it. I found it really interesting, and I believe this is a fantasy. I don't think this is a dystopian. But I really enjoyed it. Found it interesting. I highly recommend it if you guys are interested in another fantasy series. Definitely check this one out. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I give this one, I believe I give this one like 5 stars overall. It's a really good series. Sorry about that, guys. I had to blow my nose, and I don't think you guys wanted to see that. So the next series I am going to talk about is the Delirium trilogy by Lauren Oliver. I don't actually own the physical copies. I passed them on when I didn't think I was going to really reread them. So I passed them on to somebody else. But I really enjoyed this series. This is set in a world where love is considered a disease, and on your 18th birthday, I believe it is, you go and have this procedure done where they take that emotion away from you. And so it follows a girl who is about to turn 18, and she ends up falling in love with the boy, and stuff happens. There's a rebellion, there's action, there's romance in it. It's a really good series. I would highly recommend it if you're looking for another dystopian type series. I think I gave that one 5 stars overall. It was really good. So then the next series I'm going to talk about is another dystopian series, and that is the Match trilogy by Ali Kodine. I'm not sure how you say your name. I really enjoyed this series. This is set in a world where the government match you with your partner, and you have no say. They match you. So it follows a girl, and I think it's been a long time since I read the series, so don't quote me on it, but I think when she goes to get matched, she's matched with 2 people, I think, and stuff happens, and it's a lot of chaos, and there's action, there's a rebellion, there's a little bit of romance in here. I love this series. It was just so good. I think I borrowed these from my best friend before I actually bought my own set, and I really enjoyed the series. So if you're looking for another good dystopian, definitely recommend this one. I believe I gave this one 5 stars overall as well. Then the next ones I'm going to talk about is another series that I don't actually physically own, but I really enjoyed the series. I actually borrowed the first one from my library, but they didn't have the second or third, so I ended up buying them. But I ended up passing them on when I needed some more space, because I didn't think I would get a chance to reread them. But that is the Frostfire trilogy. I think it's called Canine Chronicles. I'm not sure how to say it. But that is by Amanda Hawkins, and I really enjoy this series. It is a fantasy series, and it follows trolls, and not your typical trolls. Like, when I think of trolls, I think of those little toys they have with the funky color hair, you know. I don't know why I think of trolls that way. No, these trolls look like us, like regular humans, and I really enjoyed that series. I think, if I remember correctly, it's been a while, but I believe it follows a girl who is like half troll and maybe half human. I can't remember for sure, but I think she's half of the trolls, and so it follows her, and she sticks out. She is like fair skinned like me, and she's got blonde hair, and I think she's got blonde hair, very light color hair, but trolls are more of a darker skin tone, and they have like darker hair, so she very much sticks out in her community, and so it's kind of like her trying to fit in, but yet trying to be the person she is. And there's a lot of action, there's rebellion, I believe, in that one. It's been a while since I read that one. I think there's a little bit of romance in there, but it's a really good series, so I'd highly recommend it if you want a fantasy series that is a little different. It's about trolls. So, on to the next series that I'm going to talk about, and this one I believe is a dystopian series. And this one gets mixed reviews. Some people hate it, some people love it. I absolutely love this series. I don't know what people are talking about when they call it YA trash, because to me it's amazing. And that is the Selection series by Kiera Cass. I love this series. It just was so good. I loved the characters and just the world it's set in. Basically, there are these five like categories that their citizens are in. Like, one is for like the wealthy, the royal people. Two is for like doctors, lawyers, like wealthy, second type of wealthy people. 3 is for like professors and like teachers and business owners, and then 4 is for like the artists and like musicians and stuff, like they're considered 4, and then 5 is the poor people. So it follows America, who is a 4. She is an artist, and it follows her, and she's enters this competition, and it's a competition between 35 girls to win the prince's heart. And I loved it. There was so much to these books. There were so many twists and turns. I tell you what, I did not want to put these books down. I just could not stop reading them. There was just turn after turn after turn. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much to it. There's a rebellion. There's just action. There's romance. There's love triangles. Although I have to say I didn't like America in some of it because she messed with these boys' hearts. But overall, this book series was amazing. Highly recommend it. I gave it 5 stars overall. And if you didn't like it, I'm sorry, but I love this series. Not everybody's going to like the same things you do. You got to take it as it is. So, but definitely recommend it if you need another good dystopian series. So the next book series I'm going to talk about is a book series that I'm still currently reading. These ones, I'm actually on the 3rd book in this series, but I really enjoy them so far. And I really want to talk about them. And that is The Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. The first one is The Kiss of Deception. I love these books. They were so good. The 3rd one, I think I'm like halfway through the 3rd one. I'm actually listening to it on an audiobook, and that's why it's taking me a little bit longer to finish. But I really enjoy this series. It follows Leah, who is the first daughter of Morgan, and she is going to be married to the Prince of Dalbreck, and she doesn't want to marry him, so she ends up fleeing on her wedding day. And in doing so, she is now pursued by the prince she was supposed to marry, and then also an assassin meant to kill her. And it's so interesting. And the first book, you don't know which one is which throughout the book until like close to the end when the author reveals it. It's so good. It was amazing. So highly recommend this series. If you're interested in another 5-star series, definitely check this one out. I'm actually listening to these ones on audiobook, so if you're looking for a really good audiobook, this one has a full cast audiobook, and it is so good. I would highly recommend listening to these ones on audiobook. So definitely check these ones out if you need another good YA fantasy series. So then the last series I'm going to talk about is my favorite series so far. I love this series, and that is the Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. Oh my gosh, guys. I love this series so much. Yeah. I absolutely love this series. I love the world. It's got fairies in it. It's got action. It's got romance, and so good, guys. So the first book is kind of like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I really enjoyed it. It's a little bit darker retelling than like the Disney version of Beauty and the Beast. I really enjoyed that. There's twists at the end, and it's just amazing. It follows Feyre, who is a human, and she kills a fairy disguised as a wolf. And in doing so, the ruler of the Spring Court comes and tells her that if she doesn't come with him, that he is going to kill her whole family. So in saving her family, she goes with him, and it's really good. It's really, really good, guys. I highly recommend it. The second book is my favorite overall, but I really enjoyed all three of them. I marathoned this series. It was just so good, you guys. I cannot recommend this one enough. This one is definitely a 5-star read all over, but for me, okay, I'm gonna stop, or I'm just gonna keep rambling on and on about how amazing this series is. So that is all the books that I have to share with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys are interested in me doing any more of these recommendations video. I would gladly put some together for you. Also, if you have read any of these books, or if you're interested in them, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, so definitely hit me up in the comments below. And then, if you guys did like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you would like to see more from me. Also, if you like to follow me on social media, all my links are in the box. I am on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads, so you can find me there. So, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one.